good evening, good evening. Hope you're alright. Remember, hope you've made a cup of tea so you can have a chat with me. Do you know what's really stupid? I said on my last video, oh, if you're new, thanks for coming. Everybody's new, it's a new channel. But anywho, but yeah, thanks for tuning in. I'm always grateful. Remember, get comfortable, take your shoes off, just have the carpet cleaned. So this video is a video I'm re-recording because me, the stupid sausage, I went to upload it on Sunday and deleted it instead. Let's proceed. And it's about one of the things that helps me stay out of depression is not giving up. So one thing about this channel, it's always snitch season round here, and the only person I'm ever going to snitch on is myself. Sips tea. So one of the things I always used to do was give up. I didn't understand the concept of, you know, sometimes you'd have to try something more than once. It's not a disaster if you fail once. In all essence, all successful business people, entrepreneurs, moguls will tell you, you know, they've all got a story about how many times they failed, how many doors were shut in their face. Beyonce, do you know what I mean? How many record companies told her no? And look at her. Queen Bee. Salute to the Queen. So what we're going to do is we're going to go way back. Way back. Not that far back, just 2014. So I decided to go to uni, which was in a different city. So spent a year doing a professional culinary arts degree. I'm a chef, don't you know? But I decided to defer and to do it in favour of doing an internship. The internship was a year. The first 6 months was going to be in New York in a private golf club. Very fancy, darling. And then the next 6 months was in Orlando in a luxury resort, but it was a huge resort. Now, the internship in New York was very meticulous, skilled, detailed. Like I said, it was a private golf club. It was very fancy. And then Orlando, it was, we're talking a 1,500 room resort. So it was fast. But it turned out that I was kind of working in fast food. Sips tea. If I need to pay my bills, I'll humble myself and I'll flip burgers. Listen. If things need to get paid, they need to get paid. However, this was an internship, so I didn't feel like I was learning anything. And quite frankly, I didn't want to flip burgers at the time. Do you know what I mean? So I made a decision to come home early. Now, so I spoke to the agency, and I think they were used to dealing with younger students at the time, so they're a little bit patronising. And you know, it's a wonderful opportunity. I was like, you know, I'm grateful. I'm a grateful kind of girl. However, no, I had a bit of a back and forth because it wasn't just the the job description that annoyed me or what my duties that were bringing me down. It was everything else. I was sharing a bedroom with a girl that, you know, we didn't speak, we didn't have dialogue. It was weird. There was just lots of things that were just niggling. So the phone call wrapped up, and I said, look, I want to go home. Sips tea. So they got a little bit impatient and they said, okay, that's fine. And within 30 minutes, excuse me, there's a frog in my throat. Within 30 minutes, I had an email to say had 30 days to leave the United States of America because my visa had been terminated. Ew. Listen, you ain't kicking me out. I weren't getting kicked out. So right there and then, I booked my plane tickets to come home the next day. However, the next day was New Year's Eve, so my flights coming home were $850. So I just want to put something into perspective here. My visa alone was £1,500. You do the math. There was another thing. I think it was called a Sevis. I'm not too sure. For everyone that knows all about visas and all that malarkey, you'll know that was £300. Had to go to London for my embassy visit, and you're not allowed, you're not able to just pick your days. You go on the website, and as soon as you go on the website, it releases the dates. And one of the dates for me to get my embassy interview, it was like 3 days, so I had to book a hotel. There was lots of things, so including my flights, the visa, the service, the embassy visit, all these things, it cost me about £3,000. That's £3,000. Sips tea. I came back broke. So although I was happy to come home, I felt defeated. I felt defeated. So that day, on my last day, I went to Starbucks, 30 degree heat, had my last iced caramel macchiato, slice of lemon cake in the sun, and I said, you know what, Anna? Tell Birmingham to stick the kettle on. You're coming home. It's okay. Sips iced caramel macchiato. So that day, you know, I sat in the airport and I was defeated. I felt like a failure. I felt like I'd failed myself. I felt like I'd failed, you know, friends and family, because everyone had an image of me not coming back. Everyone thought I was going to find my whole American dream, American chef dream and my destiny and not come back. So there's me, tail between my legs, broke as ever. But, you know, whatever. So I came back. And one thing that you have to remember is when I went to uni, because I remember I moved from Birmingham to go to a different uni, I gave up my apartment. So when I came back to Birmingham, didn't have anywhere to live. Of course, as long as my mum is around, I've got somewhere to live. I came back New Year's Eve and my mum was away. So I went back to my mum's place. There was nobody there. Of course it was raining and it was cold. It's Birmingham. It's England. But, you know, it's home. Got there, so I arrived at my mum's. Like I said, it was New Year's Eve. And, you know, I went to bed almost straight away because I was trying my best to sleep through the New Year's Eve countdown. Because I was thinking, there's no way I'm just going to sit there, you know, and feel, you know, bring in the new year on my own. However, because I was consciously and desperately trying to get to sleep, I couldn't get to sleep. So I just sat in bed as I could hear fireworks in the background and, you know, hear neighbours calling in the New Year celebrating. And I just sat there in bed just... felt like a muffin. Felt like a wet muffin. I was feeling sorry for myself. I really was, but had a decent night's sleep. I woke up first thing in the morning. Of course I was jet lagged, but I thought, you know what? No, you ain't going out like that. So woke up, made a cup of tea, sipped tea. And I started rearranging my CV or resume, depending on where you're from. I rearranged it and I put all my experience down and I thought, no, I want a good job now. So I rearranged my CV, started searching for jobs, searching. And that day I applied for 29 jobs. And then so that was the 1st of January. So by the 3rd of January, I was getting phone calls, I was getting job interviews. So in the first week of January, my first week back, I had 1 telephone interview, 3 job trials and an agency interview. The first job trial, it was okay. I wasn't feeling it, but they offered me the job on the spot. The interview with the agency, they were very impressed with my CV. So, you know, I'm not impressed with my CV, or it's not that I'm not impressed with my CV, it just doesn't faze me. But sitting there listening to him talk about my CV, and I thought, okay. Alright, yeah, you do have some experience, you know, Han. So that gave me a bit of a boost. The second job trial, it was a bit of a weird one. It was a weird one, and he offered me the job on the spot, but I said no because I'm telling you, that was a sexual harassment case pending. He 60. Actually, alright then, I'll tell you. I can't just say that and not say why. So I'm at the job trial, and he was just like extra creepy, just bare creepy. So he says, you know, can I get you a drink or anything? I said, I'll have some water, please. Why did my man come with a jug of water and 2 straws? My man come sucking on the straw and offered it to me. I said, no, thank you. No. So yeah, I said no to that job. And the third one, I had a job trial and they offered me the job on the day. So the third job I accepted, and at the time it was Birmingham's most expensive boutique hotel. It was the highest paid job I'd ever had, the most skilled job I'd ever had. Just to bring back the whole purpose of this video, it wasn't about giving up. So on the 1st of January, I felt like a wet weekend, a soggy sock. You know, I felt like I was down, but I had to get in the game. Because another thing as well, sometimes your pride has to be stripped. You have to leave your ego at the door and just know when it's time to kick some ass. Because I'm telling you, Nothing strips you of your pride more as an adult than going to your mum and asking for bus fare. Because like I said, going to America, the whole internship cost me money. And I was a student as well at the time. But you know what? I thought, humble yourself. So yeah, I had to ask my mum for bus fare. I was sleeping on my mum's sofa. I had to humble myself. I thought, you know what? Don't give up. Don't be down and out. Don't be down and out. Just focus and get your head in the game. And that's exactly what happened. Within a week, sometimes it takes a month, 2 weeks, there's no time limit on what's yours. There's no time limit on what you're supposed to have and what you're supposed to get. So for me, just being on that grind for the one day, 1st of January, for the 1st of January, and by the 5th, I had a job. You mustn't give up. I don't care how bad it is. I don't care how low you feel. I don't care how bad it smells, how bad it tastes. Don't give up. Because you know what? Because you mustn't give up, because you're always going to be worth it. You're always going to be worth trying. You're always going to be worth the effort. You're always going to be worth the success story and the outcome. Do you know what I mean? 16. I don't think we give ourselves enough credit. I think to yourself right now, how many situations haven't you given up on without consciously knowing about it? I spent 11 years in a job I hated. I didn't hate it for the first 3 years. I'm not going to lie. First 3 years or so, I didn't like it. But because I was confined to like mental blockers, I had to stay in the job. Had to pay my bills. I didn't give up on a job I didn't even like. How many of you guys have not given up on a relationship that you just knew that wasn't good for you? How many of you not giving up on a job you don't like? You're not giving up on, a diet you don't like, but you want to achieve. You want to achieve a physical ideal. Simple things like Monday morning. Monday morning is like the relative we don't speak to, the asshole of the week. But you wake up Monday and you do what you need to do. Who can be asked on a Monday? Who can be asked? Anybody? But you go to work. You know why? Like, you haven't punched anybody in the face. You're doing what you need to do. You haven't given up. You might think your life is humdrum. It's repetitive. That's you not giving up. Don't get me wrong. Don't settle. Don't settle and don't accept the mediocre, the repetitiveness. Don't accept it. But if that's what you need to do right now, go for it. Because you're not a quitter. You don't give up. Do you know what I mean? Sips tea. Anywho, I'm going to give up this video. I got jokes. Now I'm going to wrap it up. But yeah, thank you for always watching and listening to me ramble. Because it's getting boring talking to myself. Yeah, do make sure you subscribe, like, share. Turn on your notifications as well. Of course, if you don't follow me on Instagram, why not? So stay in the loop. Hope you have a good day. Hope you have a good week. Hope you have a good life. And I'll speak to you again soon. And remember to always have a cup of tea when you come and chat with me.